Ed eccoci in live ragazzi, ben trovati su Kristal Cross Gaming, il canale Twitch, con un nuovo appuntamento con i nostri eventi. La stagione degli eventi è di fatto più o meno iniziata e quindi si cominciano a susseguire. Oggi in particolare ne abbiamo uno che riguarda il VR, credo, principalmente, perché è l'evento MetaQuest. Siccome manca un minuto solo, sono arrivato un po' al photo finish, io direi di passare subito alla schermata principale, ragazzi, senza ulteriore indugio, ovvero, sì, scusate, questa qui, esatto, vedete, manca meno di un minuto. Quindi, in questo evento qua, che dovrebbe essere un po' secondario, ve lo dico, ci ho avuto anche qualche dubbio se andare in live oppure no, però dai, chi se ne frega, a sta botta gli eventi estivi li vediamo tutti quanti, dal primo all'ultimo. Un saluto a tutti ragazzi, ciao Vesh, ciao Danon, ciao Demon Max, buonasera, benvenuti ragazzi. Allora, tutti i giochi escono l'anno prossimo, c'è sempre il rischio del fatto che vengano rimandati, ma sono tantissimi in sviluppo, non vediamo l'ora di diffondere altri dettagli, d'accordo, perfetto, quindi ci siamo ragazzi, siamo arrivati proprio al photo finish. Tra parentesi, una cosa interessante è che da rumor dovrebbero annunciare il MetaQuest 3, che è interessante dato il successo del 2. 3, 2, 1 e si va. Sottotitoli ne abbiamo? Sì, sono in inglese preprint proprio, ok. Vediamo un po'. Saranno validi? Secondo me no.
Welcome everyone to our third annual MetaQuest Gaming Showcase. I'm thrilled to be back hosting, and it's a big day. This morning, Mark Zuckerberg shared that our MetaQuest 3, our next-gen VR headset, is launching later this year.
Questa mattina aveva annunciato, me lo sono
MetaQuest 3
perso.
is our follow-up to MetaQuest 2, and will feature advanced tech that opens up new possibilities in both VR and MR. It will also be backwards compatible with Quest 2's entire library of over 500 games and
direttamente,
apps.
ok.
Later in the show, we'll explore Oculus Studio's biggest and most immersive game ever with a gameplay deep dive.
Ok.
A game that will take advantage of MetaQuest 3's cutting-edge hardware. We have way more to share when MetaQuest 3 releases, including specs, more apps and experiences, and a whole slate of groundbreaking MR content.
Wolf.
These are all stepping stones toward our long-term vision for building the metaverse. But for today's showcase, it's all about VR games. Every title you see today will be playable on both MetaQuest 2 and 3, and is currently set to launch in the next 12 months. So let's get started.
Ok, quindi ci sarà MetaQuest 3 e tutti i giochi che vedremo usciranno entro i prossimi 12 mesi e sia per 2 che per 3. Tanto Ciccio. Vabbè, dovevano aprire per forza con il party game. Samba di amigo.
Samba de Amigo in VR. I could not be more excited, because music is such an important part of my life. I was a professional musician for years, and at Meta, I've gotten to work with the talented teams behind a bunch of other rhythm games. Playing Samba de Amigo in VR feels like it's always belonged here, and I can't wait to see everyone shaking their maracas when Sega brings the game to the MetaQuest store this fall. Back in February, Shell Games revealed I Expect You to Die 3, Cog in the Machine. Today, I can confirm that this third helping of Spy Hijinks, or Spyjinks, is coming to the MetaQuest store this year. Hopefully your skills haven't gotten too rusty, because this threequel will send agents on their most challenging mission yet. Confront more villainous villains, tackle more perilous perils, and expect to die a few more times.
Oh, you are either very strong or that steering wheel was not attached correctly.
Ok.
Dr. Roxana Prism is a former inventor for the agency. She truly believes she can create a better agent.
Oh, hey, I'm a butler.
You'll either prove her wrong or prove her right. You're dead in that second scenario.
Once you're dead, everyone will see just how superior my robots are to human agents.
Hey, you found some nickel. Do it again and you'll have 10 cents.
Every time we encounter Agent Phoenix, we get
Capizio.
stronger.
Check this out. We can fly now.
It's simply a matter of time and iteration.
You think that's the end? It's not even begun!
Are you
Beh, non
using
ci ho
Dr.
mai
P's
giocato.
notes I left in
Non ho
there?
manco mai visto
Aren't
sto
they great?
gioco.
Sometimes
Cioè,
I
questo
look at them because they make me
franchise.
happy.
You don't
ok,
have to
esce
play
tra
the series
poco.
in order, but if you'd like to, you'll find the first two games bundled in the MetaQuest store for 40% off for a limited time. That's not all Shell Games is working on. They made a promise at last year's showcase. 3 games over the next 2 years. Hot off the press, let me introduce you to Silent Slayer, Vault of the Vampire. Silent Slayer is a single-player horror game that'll bring you face-to-face with slumbering vampires. And as you might guess from the title, stealth is key to survival.
A posto, gioco
As
per
Shell
me.
Games puts it, silence is golden, sound is death. Spooky.
C'è un
Let's take a peek.
lanciagranate? Allora potrei giocarlo, effettivamente. Buonasera, ciao Gauss. È lo show di Meta.
Gently. At last. Aim for the center of the chest. And do not be gentle.
Questo è per me, assolutamente. Tutto stealth in VR, poi perfetto. Pure horror. Qualcosa mi dice che è meglio. Che ci sono sempre un sacco di
At
scritte,
last year's
quindi meglio se mi
showcase,
piazzo
we
qui.
revealed Ghostbusters, Rise of the Ghost Lord.
Sì, è tutto VR.
And then I got to drive off into the sunset in the iconic
E siccome è stato
Ecto One.
annunciato a
For
quanto
this
pare il
year's show,
MetaQuest
Sony
3,
Pictures
lo
VR
vedremo.
and Dreams put together a little dossier on the Ghost Lord himself. Who is he, and how did he get to be so mean? Along the way, we'll get a glimpse of the West Coast's first Ghostbusters HQ, some iconic San Francisco landmarks, and the spirits and specters that you'll be trapping there with your friends. Let's take
Un'ottima
a look.
combo, vero? Sì, sono d'accordo.
You think you know the whole story of the Ghostbusters. Well, you don't know my story. 1984. My research brought me to Columbia University, where I studied under the Ghostbusters. They dismissed my work, called it dangerous. But in San Francisco, I can show them, with its untapped cauldron of the undead. Where others saw fear, I saw subjects. How could I know my research would stir a dormant evil? The Ghost Lord. Alcatraz. Tortured souls, whose guilt I could drain and drain again. Their pain, the price of progress. My dear assistant Katie understands. Soon everyone will understand. Especially you, Ghostbusters, with your silly parlor tricks. You will see the progress I have made. Know the power I have harnessed. You will realize that I, Gustav Hookfather, am the genius who gave the world endless clean energy. The Ghost Lord is coming. What have I brought upon the world? The time of the Ghost Lord is here.
Però il gioco di Ghostbusters, porca miseria, a me piace. Io adoro i Ghostbusters. Quindi.
Check this out. The team let me into the San Francisco
sempre voluto anch'io la
Ghostbusters
tuta.
HQ a little early, and it's still under construction, but I've got my proton pack, my PKE meter, and I know exactly who I'm teaming up with to take out the Ghost Lord. Because if there's one thing you can say about me, is that I ain't afraid of no ghost. Whew. Anyway, when we asked One Hamsub, developers of Racket NX, what's something players will love about your new game, they said, you can lose an
Pensierino era
arm
tipo quello tu te lo
and pick
farei,
it
da
back
mo'
up
a voglia.
and bash your enemies with it. There you go.
Gran bella ragazza, sì.
Underdogs is a physics-based brawler where you wrap yourself in your 5-ton gorilla mech and rampage through New Bracca, the 22nd century mech fighting capital of the world. Take on whatever the pitmasters throw your way and upgrade your mech to be even more fearsome. But remember, the more you climb the ranks, the more every lowlife in the city will be gunning for you. So get ready to claw your way up the food chain.
Yo, this city ain't never gonna let two bass boys like us in. Nah, this the jungle out here, bruv. If we wanna get into New Bracca, we're gonna have to fight like fucking animals.
Bang bang in my gangland. Turn man upside down like a handstand. Don't this man, me not use this man. Man I'm on arms like club wristband. My walk none of them boy can't withstand. Them man are minimal, some like beautiful. Spread them lips, all like it's beautiful. Human as stuff, all like minerals. Send to your army, what's man killable? With man syllables. I want to some of them, they think of some joke thing. Nah sir. Watch out.
Rick! You're in the wreck! Get up, man! The bubble's critical! Your arm's broken clean off! Ricardo! They're coming in for the kill! Get up and fight!
Listen, when I start working, man get shook. In my face, them boy can't look. They will get fried up, they will get cooked. All sound set, I don't get overlooked. You don't get...
Ok, va. Bene, buonasera. Quanto siamo lontani a fare giochi multiplayer in VR stile MMO? Un po', secondo me. Però, secondo me, tra non molto usciranno. I primi saranno una merda senza pari, però piano piano, secondo me.
Last October, you've completed over 3 million NFL seasons and unlocked over 9 million trophies. But what's next? Here to tell you is Status Pro president and co-founder and former NFL wide receiver, Andrew Hawkins.
Thanks, Ruth. Our goal last year at Status Pro was to give people the experience of being NFL QB1, feeling the rush of stepping onto the field and leading your favorite NFL team to victory. And the positive response we got from our community was overwhelming, but that was just the beginning. Later this year, we're upping the game with the next evolution of NFL Pro Era. This year is all about showing the world what you've got. With the new version of NFL Pro Era, we're expanding multiplayer so you and your best friend can pit your favorite teams against each other and see who comes out on top. There's a world of competition out there, and we want to see how our community's QB skills stack up. We've got a lot more to share, though, between now and launch. New features, new modes. This is more than a roster update. The next version of NFL Pro Era will build on last year's game in so many cool ways, and we cannot wait to get it in your hands. Check us out on social. We posted a lot of community and game updates there before we launched this fall. This is really cool, by the way.
Thanks, Huck. All right, moving on from the field to the court. Back in December, Resolution Games, creators of Blastin' and Demio, revealed their latest project, Racket Club, an all-new sport designed exclusively for VR. Practice your swings solo, play pickup matches with people all around the world, or just hang out and socialize courtside with your friends in this one-of-a-kind sports complex. Here's a new look at Racket Club.
Mica il tennis in VR pure mi sa che ti fai malissimo se poco. Per non ero nemmeno al corrente di questo evento, l'autostrada ferma a 40 minuti, cazzo.
At our debut gaming showcase, I premiered the launch trailer for Wraith: The Oblivion Afterlife from Fast Travel Games. It was the first VR game set in the world of darkness. And today, we're diving back into the world of supernatural horror with an all-new adventure RPG, Vampire: The Masquerade Justice, which will send you to Venice. But not the Venice you see on postcards. You are a vampire, comfortable in the city's darkest shadows. Hide in plain sight, drink the blood of mortals, and use your vampiric abilities to become the ultimate judge of the guilty. So, without further ado, let's sink our teeth into the debut trailer for Vampire: The Masquerade Justice.
Sono proprio curioso.
Venice, Italy. Felt like I was back on square one. Hiding in the night. I didn't want to get dragged into this. But the guilty must be punished. You'd do well to remember that. Because if you don't, I'll make things very uncomfortable for you.
La chat a schermo l'hai tolta? No, in realtà, e non so come mai non funziona.
Next, an adventure that never needs to end. This one is special to me.
Di no,
it's
oggi.
Developed by Othergate, a studio co-founded by 4 VR veterans who I used to work with for years on the Oculus Studios team on our very first and super popular franchise, Dead and Buried. I know firsthand that these guys are masters at making fun multiplayer games, and I am honored to announce their next project, Dungeons of Eternity. This 1 to 3 player dungeon crawler generates levels from hundreds of unique chambers, so no 2 trips are the same. You'll explore dark crypts, ruined castles, and deep caverns. Battle monstrous enemies with melee and magic, solve puzzles, avoid traps, gather loot, escape back to safety, level up, and then do it all over again in a brand new dungeon. Take a look.
Wow, proprio così? Tutti i giochi per me questi. Oh cacchio. Questo mi ricorda Dark and Darker, è vero? Sì. No, esce quest'anno. Beh, piano piano comunque i giochi in VR si stanno facendo un po' più ambiziosi. Iniziamo a proporre già da un po' degli RPG più o meno completi.
We brought back Samba de Amigo, but we must have other beloved classics waiting in the wings, right? How about one of the best-selling games of the 90s? An iconic mystery, maybe? something a little spooky?
Ancora?
Yeah, I think we have one like that.
It's you! Don't be afraid. I'm here to help. There are many like me here, trapped in this house.
Bene.
Each night, the guests arrive.
Stout, what do you want? Show yourself!
The Seventh Guest VR. Questo sembra carino, sembra tutto puzzle e horror. Giochi che stanno presentando molti più interessanti, giochi VR
The Seventh
presentati.
Guest is mostly known
sì.
for ushering in the CD-ROM era, once upon a time. But it's a great puzzle adventure game. And it's cool to see Vertigo Games and Vertigo Studios Rotterdam staying true to the original, but reimagining it for a new era. The team is using volumetric video to capture the live-action performances of actors to help tell the game's story. They're also fully recreating the iconic mansion in 3D for the first time. Just don't be surprised if it starts changing shape around you. It is haunted after all. In addition to The Seventh Guest, Vertigo is working on Arizona Sunshine 2, a sequel to one of the most popular games from VR's early days. This one people have been waiting to see for a long time, including me. You might have seen the CG reveal recently, but today we have another short teaser for you. Time to say hello to your old pal Freddy, and hello to a new friend as well.
Ah, ok. Five Nights at Freddy. Credo. No. Ah, ok, aspetta.
What's going on, Fred?
No, questo è stato presentato nello showcase PlayStation.
Nice.
Ed era il gioco VR più interessante. Bene, l'hanno presentato anche qui, perfetto.
Oh yeah, that's gonna do. Watch and learn. What the? Get a room. You know that only counts as one.
Sì, infatti, era lo showcase Sony.
In Arizona Sunshine 2, you'll survive the desolate waste of Arizona with your
Faranno
new best
Pokémon
friend
per il
Buddy,
VR, saranno divertiti.
who you
Ma
can
non
trust to
c'era
have
già
your back,
qualcosa del genere,
even when
forse
Freddy's
però
are trying to take a bite out of it.
non è, cioè, tu
Arizona
dici
Sunshine
l'RPG
2
intero?
launches later this year.
Minchia.
So be sure to check out the game's extended CG reveal trailer if you haven't already. Okay. Last November, Netflix and Tender Claws revealed that the hit series Stranger Things is coming to VR. I hope you're comfortable in the Upside Down, because you're going to be spending a lot of time there. In this chilling psychological horror experience,
Minchia, quanti
you
giochi
are Vecna,
horror
invading
VR.
people's minds and conjuring up their worst nightmares as you look to take revenge on Eleven and her friends. Stranger
okay.
Things VR comes to MetaQuest Store later this year. And here is a brand new trailer.
I saw a means to realize my potential, to transcend my human form, to become the predator I was always born to be.
VR abbandona la sua infanzia e entra la sua adolescenza? Beh, così pare. Mo che esce il Quest 3, mi sa che...
It's time.
Ah, ok, anche questo quest'anno.
Next It's time to strap into your omnidirectional mobility gear and prepare to fight the unthinkable. Attack on Titan is a best-selling manga series, acclaimed anime adaptation, and now, thanks to the team at Universe, an exhilarating VR game. Attack on Titan VR Unbreakable lets you join the Scout Regiment and go head-to-head with the Titans themselves. Swing through the air using your ODM gear and take down enemies many times your size as you try to protect the last vestiges of humankind. Some of you may already be familiar with this game because we teased it late last year, but you didn't get to see the game's dynamic, high-flying battles. Today you will.
Ok. Ah, non è gameplay? Però il gameplay sarà qualcosa di simile, quindi. Minchia. Cristo, quando te li ritrovi davanti così, Attack on Titan è così però, effettivamente, cioè è così che combattono. Minchia. Se è fatto bene questo... Però non lo so, mi sa tanto di tie-in.
Back in 2011, Polish developer People Can Fly, the creators behind Outriders and Painkiller, introduced the world to skill shots. Blast an enemy out of the air, skill shot. Kick him into a cactus, skill shot. Crush somebody under a hot dog cart. You get the idea. Now imagine how creative you could get with that system in VR. Forget imagining it. We've got it. Here's your first look at Bulletstorm in VR.
Oh, ok. A prescindere. Il mitraglione Gatling per mano in VR io lo devo giocare a prescindere da qualunque altra cosa.
This is the Bulletstorm we all know and love. Every skill shot, every story beat fully recreated from the ground up for VR. And for the first time, you'll actually be able to handle an energy leash, deliver devastating blows, and mow down hordes of mutated enemies. So book your ticket to the planet Stygia for later this year. And thanks to People Can Fly and Incuvo for bringing such a fun project to life. Okay, before we start talking about our final game, I know you've been waiting for an update on Assassin's Creed in VR. And I have good news. Assassin's Creed Nexus is coming to the MetaQuest store by the end of the year. Tune into Ubisoft Forward on June 12th for the full reveal of Assassin's Creed Nexus.
E allora sappiamo che ci sarà.
I promised you a deep dive. Let's get into it. In 2019, Asgard's Wrath took us on an epic journey across the fabled 9 realms of Norse mythology. That journey ended here, imprisoned in this very tavern by the trickster god Loki. But Destiny has more in store for you. From Sanzaru Games and Oculus Studios, this is the world premiere of Asgard's Wrath 2.
Chaos is spreading.
Loki's evil invades all realms.
He must be stopped.
Betrayal has made you stronger, Guardian.
Perché in Black Sabbath così?
Your reality is mine, Guardian.
Exact your vengeance.
And unleash your wrath.
Ah, ok, e anche questo entro quest'anno. Il primo non
Asgard's Wrath 2
lo dovrei
is an
recuperare
all-new
forse.
standalone adventure in this epic series. Freed from prison by the Weavers of Fate, you'll set out on a new quest across time and space, from the Norse realms to the deserts of ancient Egypt. Here on the Great Sand Sea, you'll once again battle gods and creatures of myth to stop Loki from upending all of creation. When the original Asgard's Wrath released on PC VR, it wowed players with its jaw-dropping scale, brutal physics-based combat, and stunning graphics. Asgard's Wrath 2 will set a whole new standard for wireless VR. This is the deep and immersive action RPG that you've been waiting for. Packing enormous, free-roaming environments, gorgeous visuals, and well over 60 hours of exploration and tense combat into MetaQuest 2 and MetaQuest 3. Today, my friend Matt Kramer, head of design at Sanzaru Games, will take us on a tour of the team's groundbreaking title. Everything you're about to see was captured in-game. Matt, the mic's yours.
Thanks, Ruth. I'm so excited to show everyone what we've been working on at Sanzaru these last few years. Asgard's Wrath 2 picks up where the first game left off, in a mysterious tavern you can't escape from. You're suddenly thrust into battle with a giant creature, clearly from another realm. Just when you think all is lost, you encounter the Weavers of Fate, a trio of beings that set you off upon your adventure to find and stop Loki. So just how much bigger is this game? Not only will you travel through new Asgardian locations, like Muspelheim, the Land of Fire, the Weavers of Fate will also bring you into new realms, like the vast desert expanse of ancient Egypt. These massive worlds, beyond the scope of any other game on the MetaQuest platform, come alive in Asgard's Wrath 2. Dotted with temples, caves and dungeons, characters to meet,
Travel well.
monsters to battle, quests and side quests, wildlife, crafting resources, mini-games and more.
Comunque, i giochi...
This is a living world you can roam and
I giochi
explore
in VR
freely.
visti
The
su
most
schermo così
expansive
non
of these
rendono.
worlds
Ne
is
so
the Great
qualcosa
Sand
perché
Sea,
recentemente sto
full of
giocando
hidden
Horizon Call of the
treasures and
Mountain
unique
ed è...
events. You could spend hours upon hours exploring this map and still not discover
non si può
all
capire
its
fino a che non
secrets.
hai il casco in testa.
You might decide to prove your combat prowess by hunting rare, high-level monsters that roam the sands, or gather plants or and animal parts to craft useful consumable goods, such as bait to attract wildlife, or a ward that provides a temporary AoE benefit wherever you throw it.
Se uno
But it's
non
not
va
all
dopo 10
about
minuti la realtà
survival.
virtuale lo
Kick
proverei.
back and fish.
Vabbè, ma anch'io soffro di
Or
motion
beat your
sickness,
high
però
score at the
ti
slingshot
abitui un
shooting
po'.
gallery. There's no shortage of stuff to do and see outside the primary quest line. These worlds are so big, you're going to want some more speed as you move through them. Luckily, you'll have the power of a god at your fingertips. As with Asgard's Wrath, you'll be able to transform a few brave animals into unique warrior followers to help you solve puzzles and eviscerate enemies. New in this game, they'll serve as powerful mounts that can carry you swiftly across the massive realms of Asgard's Wrath 2. Of course, what's fast on foot or mount can look very different to a god. Like Asgard's Wrath, you'll also see the world from the god scale perspective and use your cosmic powers to manipulate the mortal world around you. Reach inaccessible areas, solve puzzles, and more. You can't save the world alone, though. Egypt is full of would-be heroes who need your godly assistance to enter the realm of legend. Each hero in Asgard's Wrath 2 is completely unique. Different weapons, different skills and abilities, and different strengths. By possessing these mortals, you can help them fulfill their destinies and get closer to yours as well. The first of these heroes is Abraxas, a cynical tomb robber with a grudge against the gods. You and Abraxas make an unlikely pair, but you'll have to work together to take down fearsome enemies like the bloodthirsty goddess Sekhmet. Abraxas seeks vengeance against Sekhmet for the murder of his father. With his boomerang axe, whip sword, and bladed shield at your command, he'll stop at nothing to defeat her. Combat was one of the aspects players loved most about Asgard's Wrath, us included. It was vicious and brutal. Whether swinging a sword, throwing an axe, or even using your fists, the combat made you feel powerful and skilled. In the first game, the combat favored a defense-first approach, meaning you had to block and parry a series of enemy attacks before you had a chance to remove their runic shields. This loop had to be completed 3 or 4 times before you could start damaging an enemy. In Asgard's Wrath 2, our updated combat system is centered around player choice. Nothing is holding you back. You can chip away at enemy shields through a flurry of attacks or land skilled parries to trigger opportunity windows that let you cut through your enemy's defenses with ease. We've also expanded the systems to include elemental types for a greater degree of player customization and wider variety amongst enemy archetypes. This time, we have a full physics system implemented for weapons, with swords, axes, bows, staffs, and more at your disposal.
Le armi in maniera
You can
diversa
find
mi
a combat
interessa
style
assai.
that's right for you. But you'll need to change up your approach, as enemies will now react to your every movement and switch up their own attacks. You'll also unlock new skills and abilities as you level up, letting you invest further in the weapons you use most. Unlock powerful abilities and super attacks to truly change the game. Nothing feels better than seeing your weapons soar into the air and rain down on a horde of enemies. You'll also discover relics you can slot into your weapons and armor that will provide you with powerful buffs, like adding fire damage to your weapon or heal over time, allowing you to customize your weapon set against each enemy you face. But you won't be the only one leveling up. Your animal followers have their own skill trees and will grow in power the more you spend time with them. Even with an upgraded companion and all these powers at your
Questo
disposal,
sembra veramente un
don't
RPG,
think the
guarda.
enemy AI will go easy
RPG
on
full.
you. As you level up, so will they, gaining new abilities, smarter tactics, sneaky counters, stronger armor, powerful super attacks, and relics to use against you. Some will even heal each other, boost each other's damage, or call for reinforcements. You'll have to use all the strength, endurance, speed, and quick thinking you can muster to forge a path through the ravenous enemies that lay between you and your destiny. For a true challenge and the opportunity to earn bragging
Qualche
rights
possibilità che
amongst
ce lo
your
porterai?
friends,
Se esce per
you can
PSVR
step
2
into
sì,
the Uncharted Rifts,
perché io c'ho
an
quello.
infinitely replayable dungeon
Però
crawling
onestamente
mode
penso di
with
sì, dai.
exclusive loot that you can take back with you into the main campaign. The rifts are always open, so you can visit at any
Non so
point
se c'è il
during
primo.
or even after the campaign, and put your skills against some of the toughest time-limited challenges the rifts have to offer. Face increasingly ferocious enemies as you delve deeper into these endless labyrinths, encountering the ghosts of players who fell victim to the rifts before you. Whether friend or foe, these specters will be part of your dungeon, helping or hindering your progress.
No, ma
Survive long
qui
enough,
parla il
and
tizio
you'll earn a spot on
standard,
the
diciamo.
leaderboards
Sta
and
descrivendo
those
le
precious
cose.
bragging rights.
È
The
ok.
Uncharted Rifts are deep and full of mystery. They're
E
almost like a
insomma.
whole game on their own, and we've barely scratched the surface of all the unique dangers you'll encounter. I hope that this first look at Asgard's Wrath 2 has you excited. We've got so much more to show you. More heroes, more companions, more gods, Loki anomalies. I can't wait to show you more. Back to you, Ruth.
Ah, è un deep dive. Dovrebbe essere finito ora l'evento.
Okay.
Credo che però
Now head over to the MetaQuest store because pre-orders of Asgard's Wrath 2 are open. Pre-order
Niente,
and you'll
oh,
get a copy
non
of the
riesco
original
proprio a
Asgard's Wrath on PC.
mettere la cam in
You
un
don't have to play it
posto
before,
che non copra
but
qualcosa.
it'll add some fun context. You'll also get immediate access to the great Sandsea home environment I'm standing in now, and unlock an exclusive Asgard's Wrath 2 themed character, as well as the title of Cosmic Guardian in Population 1. And once Asgard's Wrath 2 launches later this year, those who pre-ordered will get access to the Sword of Ra and the Sun God's battle armor. That's the end of our main showcase, but stick around for more because up next, we have some of the most passionate VR creators sitting down to discuss the games from the show. And while you're there, we're running a sale on favorites like NFL Pro Era, Resident Evil 4, Phone Lab, Among Us, and many more. And like last year, we're also giving away this awesome room I'm standing in. It's available now in settings under home environments. Of course,
puoi
there's
girare in
so
VR?
much more we want to
Che
share with
figata.
you. We plan to announce more games, major updates to existing titles, and we've got a whole new headset to launch. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and thanks to the developers who helped put this show together.
Ah, mi sa che avevo
Keep
capito
playing,
male.
and we'll see you next year.
Ok, adesso c'è quindi il post show con gli sviluppatori che parlano delle cose. Però quindi il Quest 3 non mostrano più cose. No, pare di no.
I'm going to be in so much trouble if this leaks, but this actually looks a lot like Quest 6. The Ecto 1? Oh yeah, that's still parked at my place. No, they're not getting it back.
Long have I guarded this.
Hi everyone.
Ah, finito
I'm Travis
così.
Reeves, head of production at Oculus Publishing.
Ok, adesso c'è il post show.
And are excited for all the awesome games. We gather some of our talented developers and
Ok. E adesso c'è l'approfondimento. Allora ragazzi, io speravo di vedere un approfondimento sul Quest 3, però in sostanza hanno semplicemente detto che arriverà, ok? E che quando arriverà, cioè nel senso probabilmente ne sapremo di più in seguito, perché io speravo di vedere qualcosa più presto. Cioè, però vabbè, a quanto pare no. Per quanto riguarda i giochi, alcuni erano carini, alcuni erano cose più giocose che altro, però vabbè, ci sta. Vedo che il VR sta facendo comunque dei passi avanti interessanti. Va bene, dai, tutto sommato un bel evento, anche se un po', cioè, piccolino, di nicchia, eccetera, una quarantina di minuti di evento su per giù, direi che ci sta. Ovviamente è un evento settoriale perché si tratta solo di giochi VR, però un po' per volta si va avanti. Ma sono curioso di vedere le specifiche del VR 3, del MetaQuest 3, perché rispetto agli altri questo è wireless, non ha cavi. E quindi, insomma, vedere le potenzialità di quello che può fare senza i cavi e le potenzialità di quello che può fare quando lo attacchi a un PC, direi che è determinante, anche vedendo che tipo di giochi devono uscire. Quindi, direi che è tutto per questo evento, ragazzi. Noi ci vediamo molto presto con tanti altri eventi che arriveranno e anche con tanti altri contenuti che vi porto. Ah sì, giustamente Mid, bello che me l'hai ricordato, all'1 di questa notte ovviamente cominceremo Diablo 4. D'accordo? Grazie a tutti, mi raccomando, seguitemi qui su Twitch se ancora non l'avete fatto, pigiate quel bel cuoricino, abbonatevi con Twitch Prime se ne avete la possibilità perché aiuta davvero tantissimo il canale, seguitemi anche sui social come Instagram e Telegram dove c'è la community, supportate il canale tramite i vari link affiliati come Amazon, Instant Gaming o tramite il Patreon e mi raccomando iscrivetevi anche ai miei 2 canali YouTube, tutti i link sono qui sotto o tramite il bot in chat. A presto!
Standalone headset like the Quest.